The Machinist was never supposed to work. It was too disturbing, too dangerous, too extreme for Hollywood to touch. Yet somehow, against all odds, it clawed its way onto the screen. Behind the camera, a director strapped to a hospital gurney, barking orders through the pain. In front of it, an actor so consumed by the role, he starved himself to the edge of death until the crew staged a real intervention. And looming over it all, nervous financiers, ready to kill the project at the slightest misstep. What followed was chaos, obsession, and near destruction. Here are 20 weird facts about The Machinist that are stranger than fiction, and wait until you hear the bonus fact at the very end. It may just be the most shocking of them all. If you love uncovering Hollywood's darkest secrets, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay with us, because this descent into madness is only just beginning. Fact number 1, the 200-calorie nightmare. Christian Bale's daily diet consisted of just one apple and a single can of tuna, roughly 200 calories total. Crew members refused to eat around him because watching felt like witnessing self-destruction. Extras whispered that he looked terminally ill, and Bale himself admitted he sometimes hallucinated on set from the extreme hunger. The skeletal transformation was so shocking that even seasoned film professionals were disturbed by what they witnessed daily. His co-star Jennifer Jason Leigh described acting opposite him as working with a ghost.
Hey, Reynolds, what did the feds want you for?
Armed robbery?
Oh, yeah, that's right, because me and Jackson had you pegged as a pedophile. Ain't that right, Jack?
You're probably guilty of that, too. Hey, I don't see what's so fucking funny. Y'all clowning this motherfucker like it's some big joke. Well, it ain't.
Fact number 2, industrial rock DNA. Trevor Reznik's name comes directly from Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails. Early script drafts even had NIN lyrics scrawled across the pages, establishing the raw industrial vibe that would define Reznik's bleak psychology. Screenwriter Scott Kosar was obsessed with the band's themes of internal destruction and guilt. The characters' insomnia and self-torture mirror the dark electronic soundscapes that inspired the story. This musical DNA ran so deep that the film's atmosphere feels like a visual 9 Inch Nails album.
How you doing, Reznik?
What's this about?
Well, frankly, I'm concerned about you. To be honest, I think you look like toasted shit.
I've had a lot on my mind lately.
Anything we can help with?
No thanks, it's nothing I can't handle.
Fact number 3, director on a hospital gurney. Mid-shoot, director Brad Anderson injured his back so severely he had to direct the entire final act lying flat on a hospital gurney. Picture this. While Christian Bale wasted away in front of cameras, Anderson called shots horizontally, unable to stand. The surreal image of a bedridden director filming a story about physical and mental breakdown became an eerie mirror of the film itself. Crew members said the set felt cursed, with both lead actor and director appearing to sacrifice their bodies for art.
There was an accident at the shop. A man was nearly killed thanks to me. Now the guys at work are against me. They want me out, and I don't blame them. It's the way they're going about it. Their eyes, their little games.
Fact number 4. Spain faked America. No American studio would touch the project, so Spanish company Filmax funded the $5 million budget. The entire American industrial setting was fabricated in Barcelona, with crews swapping in US road signs and storefronts at dawn and removing them by nightfall. Local Spanish workers had to learn American factory protocols and safety procedures just for authenticity. The deception was so complete that even American audiences never suspected they were watching Barcelona masquerading as a Rust Belt town. The fake America became more convincing than many real American film locations.
Hey, what'd you do? I hooked up here.
Fact number 5. Budget bloodbath ultimatum. Financiers demanded Anderson soften the bleak ending or they'd shut down production entirely. Anderson refused, gambling the entire project's survival on his artistic vision. The compromise nearly destroyed the film. He kept his dark ending but lost all reshoot rights, meaning any mistakes were permanent. The standoff lasted days, with cast and crew uncertain if they'd have jobs tomorrow. Anderson later called it the most terrifying creative decision of his career, risking everything for artistic integrity.
You don't fool me, Trevor Reznik. I have you figured out.
You do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What else do you know about me?
That you're lonely. When you work graveyard as long as I have, you get to know the type.
Fact number 6, the 120-pound death watch. Bale originally wanted to drop below 120 pounds, secretly aiming for 100 pounds total. Producers staged an actual intervention, terrified their lead actor would literally die for the role. Medical professionals were brought in to explain how dangerously close Bale was to organ failure, showing him charts of what happens to the human body during extreme starvation. The intervention included graphic photos of concentration camp victims to shock him back to reality. Even then, Bale fought them, insisting the character demanded this ultimate sacrifice. They compromised at 120 pounds, but everyone on set knew he was still flirting with death daily, pushing his body beyond what any insurance company would ever approve.
What about? I don't know, but it seemed important. Well, it's gonna have to wait. It's Miller time. Woo! We need to talk.
Fact number 7, the Ghost nickname. Spanish crew members nicknamed Bale El Fantasma, the Ghost. His skeletal frame and hollow, sunken eyes gave the entire production an eerie, funeral-like atmosphere that made everyone uncomfortable. Crew members would cross themselves when he walked by, genuinely disturbed by his appearance, believing they were witnessing something supernatural. Catering staff reported nightmares about serving food to someone who looked like a walking corpse. Local Spanish extras refused to work scenes with him, claiming his presence felt cursed. His physical presence became more terrifying than any horror movie monster, with seasoned film professionals admitting they'd never encountered anything so unsettling on set.
She stops, she looks up at him with this big old puppy dog eyes, and she's like, "That sound good, Poppy, but me no have no coochie." So my man's like, "Say what?"
Fact number 8, method acting mimicry. Bale confessed he would sit wearing headphones with nothing playing, just pretending to listen because extreme hunger made actual listening impossible. His famous method acting had devolved into surreal mimicry of normal human behavior, a desperate performance of being human when his body was shutting down. Simple tasks like remembering lines became monumental challenges as his brain struggled with basic functions from malnutrition. He'd forget conversations mid-sentence and stare blankly at directors for minutes, his eyes completely vacant. The method acting everyone praised was actually cognitive breakdown disguised as artistic choice, a terrifying glimpse into what starvation does to the human mind.
What's this?
Mr. Reznik, have you recently suffered any head injuries?
Fact number 9, refrigerator desperation. Those haunting refrigerator scenes were completely improvised. Bale, starving for months, became genuinely fixated on food whenever cameras rolled near kitchen areas. What audiences see is his real, unfiltered desperation and obsession with the contents of that empty fridge, a starving man's fantasy made visible. Directors left these moments in because they captured something no script could manufacture: the raw psychology of hunger. The hollow stare, the way he touches the shelves with trembling fingers, the almost sexual longing in his eyes. That's not acting. That's a dying man confronting the object of his obsession. The performance was so authentic, it made everyone deeply uncomfortable.
Maria, my waitress.
Oh, you're chatty tonight. Darling, I'm your waitress.
What's going on here? I've never seen you before.
What are you talking about?
Fact number 10, nightmare fuel origins. Screenwriter Scott Kosar wrote the script after experiencing vivid nightmares about guilt physically destroying a man from the inside out. Dreams so intense, they left him shaking and unable to sleep. He wrote feverishly after each nightmare, sometimes at 3 a.m., capturing the raw terror while it was fresh. The completed script then languished for years, because Hollywood studios wanted nothing to do with such disturbing material, calling it unmarketable darkness. Multiple A-list actors passed on the role, with their agents calling it career suicide and psychological torture porn. The script was rejected so many times that Kosar began to think his nightmare had literally cursed the project. Even when filming finally began, cast and crew reported unusually vivid nightmares throughout production, as if the story's dark energy was contagious.
Look at that.
Lost him on a lathe. Yeah, they took the big toe from my left foot and the pinky from my right. That's why I walk with a gimp. Yeah, I can't shuffle cards like I used to, but
Fact number 11. Real machines, real danger. Several factory accident scenes used live, operational machinery in an abandoned Spanish plant with massive spinning gears and hydraulic presses that could crush a human instantly. Crew members later admitted the heavy equipment wasn't properly secured, meaning serious injury or death was only one slip away from Bale's weakened body. Bale, already fragile from months of starvation, worked inches away from spinning metal death traps that required split-second timing to avoid disaster. The terrifying irony, Trevor Reznik's workplace accidents were filmed using genuinely lethal conditions. Spanish workers operating the machinery spoke no English, communicating danger through frantic gestures. One cameraman later admitted he was certain they'd film someone's actual death.
Hey, we need some help over here! We need some help!
Fact number 12. Sticky notes of doom. Every weight measurement note plastered across Trevor's apartment walls was written by Christian Bale himself, tracking his actual daily weight loss in real-time documentation of his physical destruction. His visible shock and horror at the bathroom scale numbers was completely genuine. He hadn't realized how dramatically his body was deteriorating until seeing the numbers written down. The notes became a brutal diary of self-destruction, with some showing losses of 2 to 3 pounds per day that terrified even Bale. Prop masters wanted to create realistic fake notes, but Bale insisted on this authentic chronicle of his transformation. The apartment walls became a museum of masochism, with each post-it serving as evidence of his dangerous dedication to the role. Fact number 13. Illegal carnival chaos. The Route 666 carnival ride sequence was filmed guerrilla style without proper permits from Spanish authorities, using a condemned fairground that hadn't passed safety inspections in years and was scheduled for demolition. The strobing lights and spinning effects made extras so violently dizzy that on-set medics had to be called in multiple times throughout the night shoot, with ambulances stationed nearby. Local police nearly shut down filming when they discovered the unpermitted shoot at 2 a.m., with angry neighbors complaining about screaming and blinding strobe effects. The chaotic, nauseating footage you see reflects genuine distress from cast and crew, pushed beyond their physical limits in dangerous conditions. Even hardened stunt coordinators admitted the sequence crossed every safety boundary, but the raw terror captured on film was deemed too cinematically valuable to reshoot under proper safety protocols.
I need some help here! Okay. Somebody get a doctor! Hang on, Nicholas, I'm going for help.
Nicholas!
Fact number 14. Off-script breakdown. In Trevor's final emotional breakdown scene, Bale completely abandoned the scripted dialogue and channeled his actual physical and mental exhaustion, creating something far more disturbing than any writer could imagine or any director could plan. What you're watching is real psychological collapse disguised as performance, a man pushed beyond his breaking point by months of self-imposed torture. Director Anderson recognized something too raw and authentic to lose, keeping every frame of Bale's genuine meltdown, despite serious concerns from producers who worried about exploitation. The dialogue shifts from carefully crafted scripted lines to incoherent stream of consciousness, rambling that mirrors Bale's actual deteriorated mental state from prolonged starvation. Co-stars later admitted they were genuinely frightened watching it happen in real time, unsure whether to break character and help him or continue filming his complete psychological disintegration for the cameras.
It was Ivan. I was watching Ivan in the pit. The whole thing was my fault, okay?
Who did you say?
New arc welder. I don't know his last name.
What new arc weld?
Ivan, the guy from the swing shift. Reynolds.
Fact number 15. Post-it weight reality. Those weight measurements on post-it notes scattered throughout Trevor's apartment aren't props. They're Bale's real daily numbers, written in his own increasingly shaky handwriting as severe malnutrition affected his motor control and cognitive function. Props department offered to create realistic fake notes with steady, consistent handwriting, but Bale insisted on this brutal documentation of his actual transformation, refusing any artificial elements. Some notes show weight drops of 3 to 4 pounds in single days, numbers that shocked even Bale when he wrote them with trembling skeletal hands that could barely grip the pen. Visitors to the set described feeling physically sick reading the notes, which chronicled a human body systematically destroying itself in real time. The handwriting itself tells a disturbing story, starting neat and controlled, then becoming increasingly erratic, desperate, and barely legible as the weeks of starvation progressed.
The guys at work don't think you exist.
That's why I can't get a raise.
According to Tucker, you ain't even on the payroll.
You believe that?
Why would they lie?
They're just having a little bit of fun with you.
I'm not laughing. Look, quit fucking around. A guy lost his arm. He could have died.
Fact number 16. Batman body whiplash. After wrapping The Machinist, Bale rebounded so dramatically, gorging on pizza, ice cream, and intensive weight training, that he showed up to Batman Begins auditions too muscular. Warner Brothers executives told him to slim down because he couldn't fit into the prototype Batsuit. The transformation from skeletal ghost to overly muscled superhero happened in just months. Costume designers had to completely redesign Batman's suit around Bale's unpredictable body changes. His co-stars joked that he went from concentration camp survivor to bodybuilder overnight.
Moments after you left the shop, someone powered up my machine with my arm and nearly got killed. Accidents happen out of negligence. This happened out of spite.
Oh, that's some vocabulary.
Spite, ill will, vengeance. Vengeance means revenge. I'm sure you know what revenge means, don't you? I'm onto you.
Fact number 17. Festival walkout epidemic. At early film festival screenings, audiences regularly walked out mid-movie, genuinely disturbed by Bale's skeletal appearance. Some viewers complained to theater management that the film felt like exploitation of illness rather than entertainment. Festival programmers received angry letters accusing them of showing starvation pornography. Several screenings ended with fewer than half the original audience remaining. Critics debated whether the film crossed ethical boundaries by showcasing such extreme physical transformation for entertainment purposes.
This place brings back memories.
Good memories, I hope.
Yeah, I haven't been here since I was a kid.
My ex probably come to wish me a happy Mother's Day too.
Yeah, no sweat. I'll take Nicholas for a ride.
Fact number 18. Fan theory conspiracy. Devoted fans have developed elaborate theories that Maria and her son never existed, that Trevor hallucinated them just like Ivan. The film deliberately never clarifies this ambiguity, sparking endless Reddit debates and conspiracy videos. Some fans claim they've found proof that all Trevor's relationships are delusions, while others argue for their reality. The ambiguity was intentional, with Anderson wanting viewers to question everything Trevor experiences. Online forums still rage with competing interpretations 15 years later.
Jesus, Trevor, what's wrong?
This Ivan, he's your ex, isn't he?
What?
Why is he doing this? It's because I'm fucking you, isn't it? Now it all makes sense. I'm fucking you, so he's fucking me. Where is he? Hiding in the closet beneath the bed?
I don't know what you're talking about, baby.
Don't baby me.
Fact number 19. Film school warning tale. Today, The Machinist is taught in film schools less as a thriller masterclass and more as a cautionary tale about the dangerous extremes of method acting. Students analyze it as a warning about how far physical transformation can push the human body before permanent damage occurs. Medical professionals lecture alongside film professors about the real health risks Bale faced. The movie has become required viewing for discussions about actor safety and the responsibility of directors to protect their performers from themselves.
Still gonna need to record your statements.
Later. Just want to sleep.
Fact number 20. Director's regret. Years later, Brad Anderson admitted he worried the ending tied up Trevor's psychological journey too neatly. He originally envisioned a much bleaker, more ambiguous conclusion that would leave audiences uncertain about Trevor's fate. However, financiers demanded clear resolution and closure to make the film marketable. Anderson still wonders if his compromise betrayed the story's nihilistic core, trading artistic integrity for commercial viability. He calls it his biggest directorial regret. Bonus fact: starvation, porn, marketing. Early marketing campaigns leaned almost entirely on Bale's skeletal body, with posters that cropped out his head entirely to focus on his emaciated torso. Critics blasted the advertising as starvation pornography, accusing distributors of exploiting eating disorder imagery for profit. Instead of backing down, marketing executives doubled down on the controversy, believing outrage would drive ticket sales. The strategy worked brilliantly. Bale's body transformation generated more headlines and social media buzz than the actual thriller plot. The campaign became a case study in controversial marketing that walks the line between art and exploitation. It started as a nightmare that nobody wanted to make, but somehow that nightmare became a haunting masterpiece that changed how we think about the price of art. If you're fascinated by the dark secrets behind Hollywood's most extreme transformations and the dangerous lengths artists go to for their craft, hit that subscribe button, because we're just scratching the surface of cinema's strangest stories.